Can you believe it? I heard that a mechanic who just started making handles last year came out with one. Specially designed for FPS games, optimized for Stab Sensor Elite controller name. G6 Nope. Yes, that G7 is a chick, and this G6 is a chicken blood thieves. Don't confuse me. I'm just a little curious. Will the two of them come out of G8 in the future? This machine is the 3MO configuration used in the G6 to support PC, Switch, iOS, Android, HarmonyOS, full platform. The most important thing is, this is the first on the market to use Holben Machine Plus. Hall Rocker plus Hall Lock. I didn't expect the mechanic to secretly do such a big job. Obviously, they are targeting the FPS game market this time. So what will happen to his performance? Let's take a look at the packaging. Design is relatively simple because it is a 3 mold. So in addition to the handle data cable and instruction manual, the box contains. It is also equipped with a 2.4G receiver. In terms of appearance, compared to the Mechanics HG series, the design of the G6 handle has not changed much. The body is matte black, paired with silver gray shoulder pieces. It looks decent. But once the logo print geometric vertical bar, the brand name is Oak, and these designs occupy almost the entire front. This is no longer a rule. The action keys use the Xbox layout home button. The outer ring of the right joystick and the middle dragon wire have RGB light bars. It lights up instantly when it is turned on. Well, it smells like an electron microscope. The design of the battery indicator is also very thoughtful. You can see the change in the battery at any time. The entire case is made of ordinary plastic. There is a large area of dots on the back grip, yellow and yellow stripes, but the lines are shallow. There are 2 expansion buttons at the bottom of the front of the handle. The lighting and vibration can be adjusted. There are 2 pieces of programming on the back. The button layout is in the grip, and there is a certain risk of misunderstanding directly above the handlebar. 2 triggers form a lock. A mode switch standing full, no space wasted at all. Of course, this kind of design that can be directly mediated manually will indeed be more convenient. This controller has more esports elements. With the fast-paced competitive game atmosphere, it is directly full. However, for students who like a simple texture, it may be a bit difficult to accept. In terms of appearance scoring, it's a matter of opinion. After getting it, the weight is still relatively comfortable. Compared with the 210G HG510 we reviewed last time, the 235G G6 feels slightly improved. At least get rid of that light and fluttering feeling. But compared with the Spoxbook handle with a battery of 288G, it's really not that solid. The action keys use the scheme of micro-movement and elastic wall silicone. The feel is not much different from pure micro-movement. The sharp key adopts a conductive glue scheme, which feels soft. The cross button is a pot slice, which is more mechanical when pressed. The last time I tested the HG510, I dissed its trigger key. The G6 this time is relatively moderate in terms of rebound. Feels a little soft, but the Hall trigger is equipped with a 3-speed magnetic induction, and the Hall forms a trigger lock design. It is indeed friendly for students who play a variety of games. He said, Healthcare supports 4-speed variable speed adjustment. Red programming supports handle operation and app operation. The vibration key is directly controlled from 0 to 45 gears. Very convenient. Next, let's take a look at the software tuning mechanic application. Third-party tuning software Clinker players can change the keys in the app. Set to adjust the waist bar dead custom trigger build. Adjust the vibration intensity of the motor, set combos, and record red operations. Among them, Turbo Combo can have 33 levels of vibration adjustment on the software. It can also be finely adjusted in 100 stops. Although K-Linker's rating in the APPS road is frighteningly low. However, the negative reviews are basically focused on system adaptability and firmware updates, and there are many problems. In the previous evaluation of the HG510, I remember the mechanic still had it on the joystick tuning. A set of self-proclaimed Elite G6 theoretically said, should be better. After testing, the handle dies without a real glyph in the default 5% dead state. But there is a slight jitter at the center point. When the depth is adjusted to 0 in the app, the center point is very smooth, not shaking at all. The circle error rate is a bit interesting. The left stick error rate is around 21%. Right joystick, 0.4% is so different from the setting. Have you seen it? Can only be said that the mechanic is really too thoughtful. When players play games such as iPads, the left stick is easier to start. Run the dead setting of the right stick. Is purely for the sake of accurate perspective. The service is more accurate. This kind of tuning satisfies the player's FPS play. When the game and the carriage ball action are 3A, the high requirements for the accuracy of the joystick drift to the joystick tuning. This wave of mechanics is really awesome. In my heart, it can be said to be the top level. After all, the design of drawing a square with the left hand and a circle with the right hand is really very ideal. The only problem, though, is the outer ring of the left stick is dead. It really doesn't have to be this big. It would be better if it could be controlled at about 10%. So far, I am more satisfied with the feel and shaking of this G6, but in terms of work, it can often determine the stability of future use. So the next step is to see the performance after disassembly. After disassembling, this feels like the overall workmanship is not as good as the previous HD series. Sure. First, the battery part is not protected by a battery compartment. It is suitable for a thin layer of double-sided adhesive fixed on 2 foam gaskets, which is slightly perfunctory. There are 2 PCBs inside the handle. One piece is 1.2 millimeters and the other piece is 1.1 millimeters is relatively thin. Motors are common asymmetrical. The socket scheme used for the connection between the motor and the motherboard. The rocker uses Galigia's Holes induction. The joystick has a diamond ring. This detail is well done. Prevent friction and powder from falling off, effectively extending the service life of the rocker. This is also the second Ice Factory to use the Gully Hall joystick. There are 2 pins that fix the rocker and are not soldered. Okay, if you can save a little. I guess the rest of the money may be used to add these 2 counterweights. Yes, you read that right. 2 counterweights weighing a total of 24.3 grams are added to the inside of the handle. I said that, in the absence of a battery compartment motherboard and thin and light, how did the G6 weigh 25 grams more than the HG510? The Holes induction flight is also used for higher accuracy. In this way, this G6 does have a clear trade-off in terms of workmanship. Holes induction stick, Hall aircraft lock, Kaihua micro-movement buttons and 2 counterweights. Let us see the intentions of the mechanics. As for other details, or if you can save it. In addition, this handle has a built-in 6-axis sensor. Equipped with a dual-screen Bluetooth chip and computer for close range, the phone can be connected at the same time, plus the buttons that feel comfortable in the hand. Configuration with full Holes induction. For those FPS players and players of the Car Gunball series, it's a very good choice. But it is indeed a bit difficult to achieve in terms of workmanship. However, the initial price of 299 yuan is also very fragrant for this configuration.